Well, you ready to put it in drive?
Let's go.
Let's go. Hey, welcome back to another episode of Road Noise. Dad was just commenting about going out west. I don't know if we're headed out west in this conversation or not, but as you were saying that, it just kind of jogged a lot of memories for me because growing up, we spent a lot of time out west. I've got fond memories of much of my childhood, either out west or up in Alaska. And yeah, it's really good memories. And some days I really miss the big sky of being out west. So anyway, that's probably not related to where we're going today, but um, we'll see what you got planned for us. What do you got a route mapped out for us today?
Yeah, well, you're right. When you go out west, there is a big sky, that's for sure. Well, the last time we recorded, we went south. We went way south, all the way to Hawaii. So this week I thought, let's go north, but not way north anyway, but let's head to northern Michigan. And in order to protect some people, I'm not going to mention what town, but for good reason, and we'll get to that. But there's a church here in northern Michigan that is kind of an unusual church in the fact that it's not very big. But the first time I was there, I found that they had this great big circus type tent that they rent. And that's on the church property. And so when I learned about that, I figured, okay, when I get there, that's where they're going to put all the kids. And all the adults are going to be inside the nice, beautiful, air-conditioned church chapel. Well, when I got there, I found it was just the opposite. All the adults were in the tent, and it was hot. I don't remember, but I think it might have been 4th of July, but they also have a big event on Labor Day, and that's what today is, actually. But anyway, so I don't remember which one it was, but it was a hot Sunday. And when I got there, I found that the adults are going to be in the tent, and all the kids are going to be in the air-conditioned chapel. And so I thought, wow, what's up with this? Only to find out that every springtime, this church puts the tent up, and they have so many tourists in that part of the state that they can't fit them all inside the church. And so they use the tent all summer long, and Labor Day is their last, or Labor Day weekend anyway, whatever that Sunday ends up being, is their last, and then they'll take the tent down, and then after Labor Day, throughout the rest of the year, they'll go back to being a relatively small church, and everybody meets inside. Well, anyway, so I've done this church many, many times over the years, and just great people, and they are reaching so many people that, you know, are on vacation, they're up north, but they still want to go to church, or and so they fill up the tent. And quite often, especially on a Sunday evening, they will have a music group in. I mean, I was there one time, this will date me, but it was Ernie Haas by himself. This was right after the Cathedral Quartet had disbanded. I mean, you had the two main guys that died. But anyway, so Ernie was there one year by himself. And then it was, I don't know, a year or two, maybe 3 years later, Ernie was back with Signature Sound. And that's his quartet that he still travels with. In fact, we were able to see Ernie and Signature Sound just, was it last week or week before? It must have been, yeah, it must have been last week, because the week before we were on tour ourselves. But anyway, so yeah, let me tell you, when I was there that Sunday when Signature Sound was going to be there, and this was right after they started, I don't know where I found it, but I called your mom and told her, I says, hey, Ernie Hess and Signature Sound is going to be at this church tonight. Would you like to come? And she said, sure. And so I did the morning program with the kids, packed everything up, drove back to Nashville, Michigan. unloaded, picked your mom up, and we drove all the way back up north and got there in time for the concert that night. Oh, yeah, fun, crazy times, things we've done over the years. But anyway, let's get back to what I wanted to share about being at this particular church. Two more things anyway. Um, I was there one time and I'm doing a program that talks about how important people are to God and how God has made very special plans when He made a person. And each person is made uniquely different, but we're all designed and created by God. And that God loves us so much that He sent His Son Jesus to die for us. Well, anyway, so that's kind of the theme of the program. But in this particular program, I used my rabbit Shampoo. And so he was with me, and it's a fun program. It's got a great message, and kind of ends with Shampoo appearing. And he comes out of a box, but towards the first part of the program, I show the kids the box, and it's totally empty. And I leave the box sitting there the entire time where everybody can see it, and then towards the end of the program, I go back to the box, and lo and behold, here's a rabbit. Well, I had the box sitting on my magic table. And I kind of build myself a nest when I'm doing the gospel magic and juggling shows. I put my table to my left that I use for my magic stuff, and the table on my right I use for my juggling stuff. And then all the other things that I'll be using are in what I call my show basket, which is right behind me. So I kind of build this triangle nest. And it really works well. I mean, I know where everything's at. Typically, I can reach into my basket and grab things without even looking because I know exactly where things are at. Things are going well. And I have no idea how, I can't even imagine how this happened. But somehow, I bumped the magic table that had the box on with Shampoo in it, and I knocked it over. Not just knocked it over, but the platform in this church is 3, maybe 4 steps up higher than the kids, and it went end over end down the steps. The box goes rolling like a football, towards the front row. And talk about getting everybody's attention. That's a good way to get kids' attention. So I go running down the stairs and grab my table with my left hand, and I pick up the box. And now I knew that the box could break because on one of the trips to Alaska, the airlines broke the box. And so I'm kind of concerned when I get to the box, is it still going to be in one piece, or how many pieces is going to be? What about the rabbit? The rabbit's been in the box. It's nice and dark in there, and he's used to it. But he's not used to rolling downstairs end over end and and then out in the, yeah. But anyways, I pick up the box, and it seems to be okay. And I get back up on the platform and set the table back up and put the box on there. Well, typically I've got a tablecloth that looks real nice, but I don't even know where it ended up. But it's not necessary. So I've got the box sitting on the table, and I'm still concerned about the rabbit because it's not time for the rabbit to come out yet. I still have the rest of the program to do. He's to come out at the end. Well, I went ahead and did the rest of the program, and now it's time to open up the box. And I don't know if the rabbit is alive or dead. I don't know if he's upside down or right side up. He probably doesn't know. I'm guessing if rabbits get dizzy, he probably got dizzy and threw up in the box. I don't know what happened, but it was an exciting day. I open up the box, and here's this rabbit, alive and well. And he is very eager to get out of the box and make his appearance, and all the kids clapped and so it turned out great. Shampoo got a lot of love, because at the end of the program, all the kids can pet him, kiss him, hug him, whatever, and he deserved every hug and every kiss he got that day. Come to think of it, I think Shampoo is a little shy about getting back in that box for the next church that we went to. But anyway, just thought I'd share that. One more thing about this church, and I don't remember if it was on this particular time I was there or one of the others, and I may have written this up as a separate road noise story, but because it happened at this same church, I want to share it. I had a very inexpensive digital camera right after they came out, and typically I would give that camera to somebody in the audience, hopefully an adult, and tell them take as many pictures as you possibly can during the program. And then at that time, we were putting those pictures on our website of justkidding.com. Well, I just got brand new batteries for this thing, had a totally empty SD card. And actually, I don't think it was SD card. There was another thing before SD came out, whatever that was. So anyway, so I've got a memory card. I've got batteries that were in it, but I've got another set of brand new batteries. And this stupid thing ate batteries. And they didn't last long. That's why I had another set with me, and they were kind of expensive. And not just regular double or triple A batteries or anything, but well, anyway, so I had extra batteries. So I'd given the camera to somebody, and they're taking pictures, and at the end of the program, like I said, I don't know if it's this day or one of the others, I told the kids, I said, hey, you know, there's this person's been taking pictures during the program today, and they're going to be on our website, later tonight, and so have your parents go, and you might find a picture of you on there. I didn't think anything about it. Silly me. As I'm packing up, some lady came up and said, my child said that someone was taking pictures and you're going to put them on the internet, and maybe my kid's going to be in it. And I says, yeah, I don't know. I don't know who your kid is or if they're in any pictures, but yeah, I've got the camera right here. She says, my kid's picture can't be on the internet. And I'm like, okay. Well, here, why don't you sit down and go through the pictures. It had a small screen on the back, and see if you can find your kid in any of those pictures, and if so, we'll just delete it. And she starts and hadn't gone through very many, and the battery died. But remember, I've got a fresh set. So I put the fresh batteries in, and she went through all of those pictures, and there was a bunch. And she could not find her kid in any of them. And so she was very relieved. Again, I had never encountered that before, and we made some changes in our policy after that as well. But after I got all packed up and everything, talking with the pastor, and I says, by the way, I says, I had something happen here that never had happened before. I said, there's a lady very concerned about her child picture maybe being on our website. He knew exactly who that was and told me the story. Her husband is an undercover cop. And they are very secretive. They don't want anybody to know what church they go to or anything else, because it could very easily spoil some of the assignments that he's on. I thought, wow. I would have never guessed that, but it certainly makes sense. So like I said, we changed our policy after that and so forth, but you never know who's sitting out there in the audience. And so that's why I didn't mention the name of the town or anything else, but I trust that that man is still alive and safe and doing what he's doing. I can't imagine having a job like that. Well, anyway, so let me leave you with one verse tonight, and that's in 1 Peter chapter 5, verse 7. And it says, give all of your worries to him, because he cares for you. I think that's a good reminder for all of us. no matter what our job is, there's stress, there's things that come up. But whatever you're concerned about, whatever your worries are, give it to the Lord. He really does care for you.
Yeah, that is a great reminder. Two things are just kind of like jumping out of my mind right now. The first is that I've got a friend who spends the summer up in Ludington and attends a church up there that grows 2 to 3 times the size during the summer, and then goes shrinks back down to not much after that. Something about those Michigan summers, and we feel it locally too. Churches get smaller as everybody's going up north or going on vacation, and it's great to be able to step into that context and minister to those folks who are, like you said, or maybe on vacation or being away from their normal routines, and also just as you were telling that story about like the child protection things that are in place now, we're kind of taken for granted. They're just kind of commonplace nowadays in 2025. But you've been doing ministry long enough where you saw the invention of the internet. Like you had to change through all of those, like as society and governments were beginning to understand the implications of the internet and who's on it and who's not, and you kind of had to roll and adapt with everyone else that was going through those transitions, and there was a lot of confusion back in those days, and it's something we kind of take for granted for now. But I'm glad there are people out there looking out for kids and for professionals that need that protection.
Hey, when the internet started, I mean, nobody really knew.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, it's here, it's happening, but you know, over a period of time, we got to find out a little bit more of what this thing is capable of, and it's
Yep.
good and it can be bad. So, yeah,
Yeah.
we've had to make some changes over the years, and still things are changing, and
Yeah.
so we want to be flexible and certainly aware of challenges that we might need to address. And I've said for years that we have changed a lot, but the message never changes. The delivery might change and so forth, but the message never changes. Well, being we're talking about that topsy-turvy rabbit
Poor rabbit.
tonight,
Poor Shampoo.
poor rabbit. I felt so sorry for that guy. I mean, what a ride!
Yeah.
Didn't buy a ticket, but boy, what a ride! All right, so I'll just leave you with one thought. Do you know what kind of music a rabbit likes the most?
Oh, I don't know.
Hip hop.
No. Seems so obvious, but yes.
It is. Well, let's park it here and see everybody
Let's-
next week.
Yeah, let's park it here. Yep, we'll pick it up again next week.